dunkers in the world today, Zion versus LeBron. Who has more dunks tonight?
These are two of the most exciting dunkers in the world today?
It's Zion.
Yeah.
LeBron?
LeBron still. Did you not see him give you this the other day? Give you this the other day? Give you this the other day?
He gave you one.
That's it? You're not going to put Zach LaVine in
He
there?
gave you the Kobe.
I'm going Zion.
I'm Zion.
Oh, man, all right, y'all disrespecting James. I'm going LeBron today.
No, you're still sick. You got a fever.
I expect to come out with the best record after today.
Did you come out with the best?
Okay, I got the 500.
Here I come.
Made it to 500.
Okay.
There I go.
But you're still losing.
That was big. That was big.
Jay will still
Maria,
winning.
can you stop looking?
I'm at
Stop looking
500.
at my picks, please.
Okay. You want to rock the
Clearly-
baby
all
again?
right,
Had a
what's
big
up?
week last week.
That's a big week
All
for
right,
you,
here
Jay
we
Rose.
go.
You
We're
got
gonna
back in the
start
game.
off. Here we go. We're gonna start off with the Nets and the Hawks. Spencer Dinwiddie
Who?
and Torian.
Spencer or Spencer?
Spencer Dinwiddie and Torian Prince versus Trae Young. Points, rebounds.
I'm going
and
Trae
assists.
Go with Trey, whoever Trey's matched with.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Nets on this.
I'm going with the Nets.
No, this is points and assists only. I meant points and assists only. I'm going with Dinwiddie on this.
Okay.
And Torian.
That's a good one.
Actually, no, I go with Trae Young. I'll change it. I'm going with Trae.
All right, number two.
Too late, Jay.
Yo. No, come
Little
on,
paper move.
All right, next one up.
Okay.
Mavericks Heat, Luka Doncic and Justin Jackson versus Jimmy Butler and Kendrick Nunn. Points, rebounds, assists.
Going Miami Heat.
Ooh,
I'm going Luka.
I'm going Luka Doncic on this one.
I'm going Miami Heat. I'm going Miami Heat. I'm going with you, Jay Rose.
I'm going Luka Doncic.
It's
All
Luka's
right.
21st birthday. We got to go.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go.
I don't know if I like that pick.
To me, this is the primetime matchup of the night on wagers.
Okay.
Nuggets versus Clippers. Kawhi versus Joker. Points, rebounds, assists.
I'm going to Joker. I'm going
The
Joker.
last time I went against the Joker, I lost.
Joker.
I'm going Kawhi. He is in the zone right now. He is crushing the league. And I don't know why we're not talking about him for MVP. But anyway, that's another story.
I was going to
That's
say,
another
dang,
story.
you just started a discussion. Yeah, I'm with the Joker. I'm with the Joker.
I'm going Kawhi. Put me on Kawhi. What am I doing over there? Come on, put me in. Thank you.
Y'all got it. Be better, y'all.
All right.
You have
next
one
up,
job.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Got one job.
All
You
right.
don't have to talk out loud.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
Rebounds, points, assists, over or under 48.5.
I'm going over.
You going over? I'm going with the under today.
I'll take the under.
I'm taking the under today. He averages 30
I'm with
and
Uncle Pete.
13 rebounds and 6 assists.
They will.
That's already.
I'm going under.
Going with the under. All right.
All right, Giannis.
Last one of the night. Kevin Love. Oh, no, we got two more.
Yeah,
Kevin Love versus Zion Williams. Points, rebounds, assists. Points, rebounds. I'm going Zion.
I'm going Zion.
I'm going Zion.
Zion.
Let's all move together.
Zion.
Hey, look, that's the one.
Next
All right,
question.
last one. Kings, Grizzlies. De'Aaron Fox versus Ja Morant. Points, rebounds, assists.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Ooh, this is really good.
I'm going with the Fox
I'm
on
going
this
with the
one.
Fox here. I think
I'm going with the
De'Aaron's gonna
Fox
take
on
this
this one.
All right, I'm rolling
Aaron's
with
going to
the
take this
Fox.
one serious tonight.
You got J Rose.
You going with Fox too?
I'm going with the Fox.
I'm going with my guy, Ja. Let's go, Ja.
Okay.
I got your back.
I expect to be in the lead after tonight.
Okay, guys, remember,
I got you, Ja.
though the last two wagers had to do with the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, and there's a lot on the line
Yeah.
between you two, right? We got a soup challenge.
Okay.
I like
This has gotten
this.
serious
This is
now.
we 3 games
What we
out.
got here? What we got
three
here?
games out.
If the Pelicans make it,
better
make the
custom
playoffs.
I get a Tom Ford suit.
Boom.
Ooh, that's a hell of a suit challenge. I like
I
that.
got you.
Yours
I got
would be
you.
more expensive.
I'll pay my debt.
We got a lot of ways to go.
All right, we got some time.
I like it. I like it.
He might only get a vest, though. It might not be that expensive. For New York studios for NBA Countdown. Happy Friday, guys. Maria Taylor alongside Uncle P, Paul Pierce. The truth is here. Adrian Wojnarowski, Jalen Rose,
what up, Dad?
and Jay Will in his vest today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
No-
really
no
windy.
turtleneck.
Yeah, no turtleneck, so we're coming with you
You
too
zip
with a
that up,
vest.
it'll be a turtleneck though.
I hate you. I hate you, Pete.
Zip it up, let me
All
see
the
it.
time. All the time.
Okay, listen, guys. Zach Lowe will join us a little bit later on the show. We're going to talk about the Bucks, obviously, but in case you haven't been on NBA Twitter, there's something that we have to talk about first. James Harden was asked if he felt that he was the best player during the All-Star break by Rachel Nichols, and this is what he had to say.
I feel like I'm the best player. Yeah, I just, throughout the course of the year, I don't see Double teams from anybody else. Usually you see a double team after you have a 50.9 or 60.9. If I have a 18.9, the next game I'm seeing a double team. I just know none of them can mess with me. But I wish I could just run and with 7 feet and run and just dunk. Like that takes no skill at all. I gotta actually learn how to play basketball and how to have skill, you know? I take that any day.
Oh, I love it.
Okay,
I love it.
Just to put that into context, though, Rachel Nichols did ask him about the joke that Giannis made during the All-Star draft about him not passing, and that was his reaction. So obviously he was referencing Giannis there. But look at the highest real plus minus. Those two go neck and neck right now. And if we're having an MVP discussion, you're certainly thinking about those 4 players. And Harden's in the conversation. But Paul, what was your reaction to the jab that was thrown back at Giannis by James Harden in that interview?
We don't get enough of this in the NBA, by the way. I mean, this is early 2000s, 80s, 90s, where guys talk smack, and I enjoy it because it creates a story. Who knows, these two may see each other, but James make a great point. I mean, over the last 5 years, he's been arguably the best player. I mean, he's finished top 2 in the MVP voting pretty much the last half decade. And so it's hard for me to really argue with what he's saying, even though, and I'm a side with him. At first, I had a long think about this. It took me a while, but as you get older, you lose your athleticism. You got to play with more skill. I was able to play 19 years, not because of my athleticism, because of my IQ and skills. And, you know, in a way, I agree with James.
Oh, okay.
I like it so very much, and I actually voted for James as MVP last year, but I can't dismiss the greatness that Giannis puts on display. At 6'11", we haven't seen this height and this versatility of a guy that can play 5 positions. However, if he was 6'3", he would be Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I like this
He would
game.
still be a guy that can give me points, rebounds, and assists and give me effort on a nightly basis, not load management, still have the MVP opportunity because he's going to bring it on a nightly basis. Let me tell you what he'd be if he was 6'6". He'd be Michael Jordan.
No, Michael Jordan has fade away. He can shoot threes.
What?
You better go on with that,
Michael
Jay.
Jordan?
Michael Jordan. Man, he'll be Carl Lewis.
Come on, man.
He's as close to a competitor in this current NBA as a competitor.
He said Jordan.
You got Woj on your side.
Completely
Hey, let
different.
me try to tell y'all something. I didn't do it as a player, but it's actually two ends of the court.
He'll be Zion. He'll be Zion. He'll be more like Zion.
I've been on the court with 2 people that was the best player on both ends. Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon. I think Giannis falls into
This
that
is
category.
complete disrespect.
Put some respect on his name.
This is complete disrespect to Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan was, and you're going to compare Giannis with Michael Jordan? You're saying Giannis has the skills of Michael Jordan?
No, I'm saying nobody, quote unquote, has the skills of Michael Jordan. I'm just saying that you can work on those skills, and Giannis will still be a great player at any height.
No, Westbrook was good, but Jordan, not.
I can't co-sign that one. I can't co-sign that one.
I can't give you that.
Well, here
I was going to say, I think James I agree with you, Paul. He's one of the best players to ever play the game. I think he's innovated the offensive game for sure. But like Giannis is Shaq. He's a skinny Shaq. He's the most dominant player. So yeah, you can say, hey, all I do is dunk, but stop it. Stop it. If you can't stop it.
Giannis or Harden? You can only have one.
To start a team?
Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
I'm taking Giannis. That's not a question. I'm taking Giannis.
I don't know.
You don't know.
You do know.
You know, Paul.
I mean,
He just
which
wants to
one would
stand
you
by
rather
sports.
play with? To start the team, I'm gonna say Giannis for the simple fact that if I was on that team, I'd be taking the perimeter responsibility. He'll be doing the rest.
Well, I would love to see you and James Harden feud on the court. Oh, that'd be
Well,
good.
listen, you brought up Michael Jordan, you brought up Hakeem Olajuwon, and Giannis could be the 3rd player to be an MVP and defensive player of the year. He could become the 3rd player to make that happen. And it's happening on a team that could potentially win 70 games. Let's walk you through exactly how they've made this happen, because they have to go 20-4 to close out the season, but it's certainly possible. They have dominated opponents this season. Their points per game differential is just off the pace of the 1971-72 Lakers for the best in a season in NBA history. One of the ways they've been doing this, though, is with their interior defense. The Bucks are allowing opponents to shoot just 47% in the paint. That's 2nd best by any team over the last 20 seasons. So the ultimate question would be, can the Bucks actually reach those 70 wins? According to ESPN's BPI, the Milwaukee Bucks have a 33% chance to actually make this happen. And well, it's just been interesting to see this Bucks team in action and the way that we know who Giannis is, But the cast of characters, intelligent basketball players, everyone has a role, plays the role. How is this team constructed and why is it so successful?
Yeah, their general manager, John Horst, has done a really good job of putting players around Giannis who can shoot the ball and play with a high basketball IQ. And, you know, Mike Budenholzer, you've seen him come in and just everyone has had a better season this season from last year. Dante DiVincenzo is an interesting player. This was two-time national champion at Villanova, Final Four MVP, and he goes to the NBA draft combine where most players of his ilk, they wouldn't even do the drills. He not only did the drills, he went out and played in the games, had a great first day. Everybody said, come on, he's going to sit out this day. Right. He comes back and plays another day because he said, I'm competitive. I want to play. That helped his draft stock, and he was the kind of player that really attracted Milwaukee because they have really competitive guys for maybe the most competitive player in the league. They've done a great job of surrounding him with that supporting cast.
That competition could lead them to those 70 wins. They'd be just the third team to pull that off. The question is, do we think that they can do it? And, Paul, does it matter if they do in the regular season?
I don't think it has that much significance of winning 70 games because at first when only the Bulls did it, it was like, can anybody else do it? Then we saw the Golden State Warriors
Only two teams in the...
Yeah, but that's fine. But we saw Golden State win 73 games and lose in the finals. And now do we ever talk about this team ever? So for them to win 70 games, I don't think it has a great meaning for them. Their ultimate goal is the championship. I'm telling you, if I'm that team, I'm not worried about winning 70 games. That's not a benchmark for me.
I hear what you're saying, but we still talk about the Warriors as one of the greatest teams of all time, do we not? Even though
the
they
ones that won
it.
championships, not the 73 wins.
So you're saying 73 wins doesn't
I mean, we can talk about the Patriots who went 18-0 and lost in the Super Bowl.
You're not going to say that's not a great team?
I mean, it was, but
because they had
win
one loss?
Yeah, but they're not going to be marked on history as one of the greatest teams.
So they don't have a chance.
Because they didn't finish the job.
It'll be a terrific feat for Giannis to lead the Milwaukee Bucks to a 70-win season. I'm actually disappointed in my brother Paul Pierce. He played the regular season like it meant something. Now you're a member of the media, and now it's only championship or bust? That's where we at now?
If you win 70 games, this championship or bust, period.
But only two teams have ever done it. And for you to be able to accomplish that in Milwaukee, that's an outstanding achievement.
If you win 70 games and you lose in the finals, you're not walking around that summer with your chest high. You're not walking around like, yeah, we won 70 games.
But still, that doesn't mean it's not a great accomplishment.
That ain't something you're going to brag about.
That's like the problem with ego.
That's not something you're bragging about. Think of, you win 70 games, but then lose in the finals. You're not walking around in the summer with your chest up. But if you win it all, you out there like, yeah.
The Golden State Warriors got a banner in their arena for winning 73 games.
They may not brag about it, but it still means it's a great season.
The pressure on this organization to win a championship with Giannis's free agency looming potentially in 2021, they know the best case they can make to Giannis about winning more titles and the potential to win multiple titles in Milwaukee. They got to win the first, and they've got to do that this year, and there'd be a tremendous amount of pressure on them in 2020-21 if he doesn't sign that extension this summer.
Can I say something, though? And there's only 4 players in the history of the game that are averaged 20 points per game and shot 50, 40, 90 from the field. And that's Larry Bird, that is Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Stephen Curry. Chris Middleton is on his way to be the 5th.
Yeah.
So you put him in that category?
I didn't say he will. Yes. If he goes 50, 40, 90, averages 20, he's going to be in that category.
You can make a stat for everything. Come on, man. I'm one of the top 5 to ever do 1 point, 1 rebound, and 1 assist in 1 minute.
Did you shoot 50, 40, 90 in your season? Did you shoot 50, 40, 90, Paul?
No, I ain't never did it.
Okay.
I mean, he's a good player and all, but he ain't in that category.
I love baby boomers versus millennials. Every time we do it, it just makes me happy. And I like it when Paul throws hate.
He's going to be on that list, Paul.
That's a good list, though. I mean, that's a good list.
Okay, listen, 50, 40, 90, it matters, and so does 70 wins, in my opinion.
It all matters.
Let's take a look at the hardest remaining schedule or games for the Bucks. Lakers, Mavs, Celtics, Raptors, Nuggets. Again, I said they could only lose 4 more games in order to reach those 70 wins. I mean, do you think they can pull it off when you take a look at this schedule? That's on the road. All those games are on the road.
I do not believe they get 70 wins.
I'm
with you. And a couple of reasons why. Number one, that's a really tough schedule. But number two, they're going to lock up the #1 overall seed, and at some point, you should rest Giannis and you should rest Middleton.
Oh, it might be hard.
I think you rest him, but I think you give him in-game management.
All right.
I shot 50, 40, 90 last night at the park.
Listen. Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.